All right. Um, Saturday. It's cold. I'm in Jupiter, and if you're following the weather, like it's ridiculously cold right now. Uh, Too cold for my liking, but we're still gonna go golf because when I lived in St. Louis, today would have been a great day to golf. In the winter we said, "Yeah, it's okay. We do this." So I'm gonna just try to remember to be grateful. I'm gonna go play. It's gonna be cold. We're playing with these days, guys. If you're a golfer, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. The Tour Response by TaylorMade, and I like the green. Green's my one of my favorite colors. Navy's on brand, but we're just gonna mark some of these up. And I wanted to talk about life and golf and how it all relates, and just prepare. So come with me as prepare. Kids are doing chores because that's what they do on Saturday. I'd like to know what, as far as fatherhood goes, what's working, what's not, and how can you do better? We just had our church's men's breakfast today, and we talked about the five kind of containers that are important in a man's life. And you have your spiritual foundation, right? You got to have faith, and you got to go, okay, I got to constantly be working with God on my relationship with God. It's an ongoing thing that really provides a solid foundation. The next, obviously, then I would say it's our emotional health and our mental health. Let's separate those. So, mental health first. You got to have the right mind. This is where I get to work a lot with guys, is on their mindset. Just even having courage and confidence and showing up well and going, you know what? I think God's called me to live a little bit extra, a little bit over than and above. It's a high standard we're supposed to live at, and so just even having that mindset and approach into life to go, I'm going to work hard on making a difference. I'm going to work hard on just going being extra generous. I got to have an amazing conversation with a married couple yesterday at Dunkin' Donuts. 65 years old, or sorry, 65 years married. He was 87, she was 84, and we just got to talk. And they go there to have their little dinners together every once in a while. And so I bought him a gift card up at the register and just said, "Hey, look, 65 years of marriage, like we should celebrate that. That's so cool." And gave them a gift card so that they could treat themselves. But like, it's just that generosity, that mindset to go, I don't care what's happening in my life. I'm still got to be so focused on other people and really serve. And every day I have two main goals throughout the day, and that's to bring an immense amount of value to people and make an impact. And if I can bring value to people, then I'm going to make an impact, and then everything else falls in line. The next container that us as men need to focus on is our emotional health. I think we have to be more emotionally aware and emotionally intelligent. That requires work, guys. Just like if you're overweight, though, it's going to require work to get healthy. It's going to require work to get emotionally healthy, but it's so important. And I can tell you, again, just out of my own life, um, the more emotionally healthy you are, the better you're going to be, the better your relationships will be, the better you will be with your spouse and your kids. So we got to work on that. Next thing is our physical health. It does us no good to be out of shape, not being able to play with our kids. I was there 10 years ago. Man, I was out of breath just running around in the backyard. It was hard to run upstairs. Knees were always hurting. And I just was like, enough. I can't keep doing Mountain Dews and Taco Bell at 2 in the morning. So you got to make some decisions and go, okay, I'm gonna bust it hard. And no, you don't have to even go to the gym. I, truth be told, hate the gym. So burned out on the gym. But walking, doing things at home, just being in shape, but taking care of our bodies. This is God's given us this. Take care of it the best you can. Drink a lot of water. Obviously, like that's huge right then and there. And then the last little buckets are finances. Um, in Proverbs it says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his kids. But are you honoring God financially? And I'm not saying are you making enough, but with what you do have and what you do make, are you making the right decisions? I just sharpied on my counter. Okay. uh, are you being financially responsible? Or are you just going, "Oh, I'll just put this on the credit card and pay it whenever I pay it?" You know? And look, I know stuff happens. I'm not here to judge. But we got to be smart financially and remember, like, it's not ours. And I think for me, that's been the biggest thing, is it's not my money, it's God's. Um, and I just try to honor him the best I can with what I make and what's brought into the ministry. Um, and I think if you do that, he'll bless you. I firmly believe that. So that's what we talked about at our men's breakfast today. And I'd love to just in the comments know what's going well in those buckets, what's not. And if nothing changed and you didn't do anything to improve yourself, where would you be? And then what happens? And where would your life be? If you look at your life in 3 months and you go, if I did nothing today, it's going to probably be nothing in 3 months, but in 6 months, it could start going downhill. And then in a year, you're still sitting in the same place. You're not happy, you're miserable, and things actually aren't better. I believe we either going forward or we're moving backwards. We're not really sitting still. And I just want to encourage you, move forward with your life. Now it's time to make a little apple cider vinegar water. I got a lime in here already. And you go, apple cider vinegar water, gross. Well, with this weather change, I got to protect my immune system. And this is one of the easiest ways. Little 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar. That we can really improve our gut health and improve our immune system. So, apple cider vinegar, it's gross, but it's one of those you suffer through. But I also put cayenne pepper in there. Adds a little spice. I don't know why. Someone told me that to do that, so I just shake there. So 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar, half a lemon, some cayenne pepper, ice, and then water. And like I said, you just kind of do it, hold your nose and swallow. But taking care of ourselves, when I was 30, I'm 40 now. When I was 30, I did not take care of my body. I just didn't care. And I thought I was young and I'd be fine. And now it's like what I'm doing today. This goes back to like, if you don't do anything, what changes? If I'm not focused on myself today, I can't live a long life for my kids. I can't be married like this couple that I saw yesterday, 65 years married. He's 87, she's 84. They're still kicking it. I can't do that if I'm not taking care of myself. And I can't leave a legacy for my kids if I'm not. And so um, that's what I want to leave you with. Thanks for letting me go through the golf ball routine. To a Response by TaylorMade. Highly recommend. They're good. Um, Apple cider vinegar. But look, focus on your faith, your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, and your financial health. You do that, life will be pretty good for you. Let's go dance.